It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, traders! How are we tonight? It is Sunday night. Alrighty, we have to trade tomorrow. I'm freaking pumped, dude. It's a holiday for me tomorrow up in Canada. Alright? So that is where I will be trading from. How are we doing, Mr. Tony Stark? Trina. Who else we got in chat? We have Guilt Kills. How you doing? The Only Pingu. What is up? We have Loach. Thank you for joining us. Love to see you. My prayers and thoughts are with you and your family, Mr. Tony Stark. That is terrible. right. So we're having. Hey, there's Mr. Vic Gray. How we doing? We're having Mando trading on tonight. I am absolutely pumped to have him back. Me and Mando, we keep in contact. We're always chatting, asking each other, how things are going, hitting each other up if we see any tickers that we like, any themes that are presenting themselves, things like that. I'm just setting up the Twitter page. So I like to have the Twitter page up while I'm talking to Mando. And I do have some shoutouts to do as well, alright? Wow, we actually have a lot of shoutouts. Oh my god, there's a lot. I forget where I finished. Okay, this is a lot of shoutouts. I'm gonna just name them all quickly, and then we can get going. So Zed Dog, Parkio, Hilo, Chub Chubs, Buy Dip and Sell Rip, Duck, K-Sur, Slimy 1994. Hey, that's when I was born. Auto Rock, Del Strength, Loach, Cali, Coconut, BH Mal, B Water, Dowdy Dimps, Shane, Time Conductor, Moth Traps, Guilt Kills. He's here today. Hey, Guilt Kills, how you doing? Reese Cup, DT Earth, Texas _T, Zeus Payne, Only Hunt, and Jag. Thank you all for the follow. You guys are all legendary. All right, I appreciate every single one of you. Love to have you on stream. Hey, 100 million. I bought Eyes with the news of Patton. Will you look at it, please? Absolutely, Trina. We'll definitely check that out. I just want to get Mando trading up on stream. We'll look at Eyes. Eyes is it's a runner, right? So we want to see where it is on the daily and see what levels we can find with Eyes. Okay. Let me just get everything set up for Mando, and we'll get him on. He has limited time today, so we're gonna try to get him on as quickly as we can to squeeze that information out of him for next week. It says Ric Flair, let's go! Woo! We're looking at weed and energy plays this week. I have a good feeling too about tech this week. I do like tech this week. I think, I'm swinging CCIV with a few of y'all. I like that stock, right? Let me just boot up my window here, and then we'll get Mando trading in the chat. Okay. How we doing? Are you guys ready for some trading tomorrow? And small cap summer, absolutely. Hopefully we do have a small cap summer. We'll see. Bam! There's Mando trading. We're gonna shrink him and throw him up here. Boom. That's good enough. Whatever. It doesn't fill the exact square that's provided for me there. All right. So let me get everything set up here with my mic for Mando trading to come on chat. All right. We're gonna talk a bit about next week and what we think next week's gonna have in store for us. All right. Small cap wise. So let me hop into our chat session there. There's Mando trading. Voice. All right, without further ado, guys, this is Mando trading from the FinTwit community. He's an excellent crypto player and day trade / swings. All right, so we're gonna have him on, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what's gonna happen this week. All right, so we just shoot him a message and get him to unmute unless he's listening. Then feel free, Mando. Okay, just send him a message there. Alrighty. Hey Mando, how are you?
What's going on, bud? How you doing?
I'm great, man. How you been?
Glad I'm back on, man. How's everything going with you?
Awesome. Yeah, honestly, can't complain. Life's good. It was a great weekend. They're calling for rain all weekend, but we ended up. Hang on, let me just make sure the music is. I want to turn on my music so they can hear us properly. Yeah, I'll turn it down low. I won't turn it right off, just so we have a little bit of background. But yeah, they were calling for all rain this weekend. That ended up just like it was absolutely beautiful, man. I don't know what it was like where you're at, but we had like it felt like 30 degrees Celsius. I know you probably use Fahrenheit, but
Gotta do the conversion real quick. Hold on.
yeah, get that conversion going. Everyone else wants a conversion too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it was hot, man, hot. But about 5 o'clock here, we got some rain, cooled us off a little bit.
Nice.
AC weather though, for sure. Definitely need the ACs in.
Oh yeah, bro. It's funny. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, right? So I actually had our building is built in like the freaking 50s or something, and so it doesn't have AC, bro. So I'm like, yo, what? So I had to. I was actually running 2 AC units today.
Damn.
Yeah, right.
That's
Just
right.
just keep up. So every single window we had available, we had an AC unit running it today.
Oh, jeez, man.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah, right. It is what it is. So, how's your weekend been?
Good, man. Just kind of chilling out, watching some NBA playoffs now. Watched my Mets lose earlier, but nice still.
Yeah,
Much needed. A little time off. Gave my brain a little rest.
yeah.
Going 100 miles an hour for the past couple months now, so
Man, yeah.
definitely good to chill every now and then.
For sure, man. For sure. So, what's going on with Stock Talks? Is that coming back next week?
Yes. So the guest that we had lined up for this week, early stock picks, he actually couldn't do it last minute, which it turned out, it's okay because the guy that I do the show with at Terminator Trade, he was on vacation, so he was going to do it from vacation. So when ESP told us he couldn't come on, we were just like, all right, we'll just take a week off. We're kind of slowing down a little bit just because our platform, we use StreamYard, and the reason we use StreamYard is just so whatever we talk about, it'll save and it'll still be there on our Twitter pages. Where if we were to use a space, it disappears. So if you're not listening live, you can miss out. So we've been using that, but the only problem with it is if you click off of it, to scroll your timeline, the voice stops. So we're trying to, figure out what solution is going to be best for us going forward. But we kind of just do it for fun. We're try to talk to some smart people and pick their brains on some stuff that we feel like our listeners would want to hear about. So it's been pretty good. We actually had like 2,000 viewers.
Holy crap!
Yeah, live viewers too.
That's crazy.
When we interviewed at Stocks Pilgrim, another guy that I totally recommend to anybody in here listening. A lot of people wanted to hear what he had to say, man. So a lot of people came in and listened. It was really cool, but the problem was that was when the Periscope deal with Twitter fell through. I guess Periscope isn't a company anymore.
No.
So it didn't save the the stream. So that was tough. But that was when we had it. We came to the realization that we had to figure something else out for how we were going to put it together.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So you'll be back soon.
Yeah, no, we'll be back soon. I've been hopping in some spaces and stuff like that. I mean, that's an awesome new resource for everybody.
Yeah.
You can really learn some cool stuff.
I think it'd be awesome.
With some of these guys.
So on that, so you can't save that audio, can you yet?
Yeah, not yet. I mean, I think they're still really in the very early stages. It's an awesome tool, like I said, but if that thing gets super crowded, I've been in some spaces with like 250, 300 people, and there's been times where they crash, or maybe someone's trying to request a mic and it's just never getting through to the host. So there's definitely some things they need to work out, but I think overall it's a really good idea. I mean, they really came out with it at the right time because to me, I thought Clubhouse was really taking off.
Right.
But again, the Clubhouse was also like, you needed a special code to get in. It was in beta, whatever it was. But yeah, no, I mean, I think Spaces will, it's going to keep improving. So that's probably the route we're going to look to take eventually. But, at the moment, like I said, we're kind of just just two guys, talking stocks, getting some smart people on there, and hopefully spread some knowledge to everybody who's interested in it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love that. I gotta hop in there one time with you guys for sure. I could learn a ton.
Yeah, no, dude. Like I said, I mean, we would love to have you on and kind of interview you on, your story.
Hell yeah,
You're on here talking. I know you had Brady from Atlas on. Yeah, I actually got to listen to that one back, man. I completely missed it, but that's something. Plug it in on the car ride, man. Listen to it. But, yeah, no, that's awesome. But yeah, like there's another guy who runs a lot of the spaces, and his handle is Fake Pear Bear. He gets a lot of people in his spaces, and he's a really good host. He reminds me a lot of you, actually.
Oh yeah.
And
Thank you.
figure everybody knows he has the host, but what's your trading journey like?
Right,
Things
exactly.
like that. So it'd be pretty cool to hear that perspective as well.
Yeah, I'd love that, man. That'd be so much fun. I'd absolutely hop on anytime. You can ask me any questions. That'd be a lot of fun. And the other night we hopped in there, the spaces with Fake, and that was he's hilarious, man.
Yeah, no, Fake is good, man. He really, and
and he kept it going. Like the flow is nice.
Oh, dude, I've been in some of those that are like 3 hours long, and you're just like, I'm going for 15 minutes, say what's up,
yeah.
But
you can't leave.
Get hooked because, I mean, if you're playing a game, what were we playing? Never Have I Ever?
Never Have I Ever.
With 150, 200 strangers, and it was still fun. So, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. He knows how to keep it fun and exciting. Absolutely. I shot him a Twitter. I tweeted at him, but I don't think he didn't get back to me. So maybe he didn't see it, but
yeah,
we'll see.
He'll get back to you.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, and having Brady on, man, definitely. Anyone who's watching the stream right now, you guys can all benefit huge from going back and listening to that stream. Like just to tap into his brain a little bit. Like he is such a master of volume price analysis, and hearing his story, how he started trading was just absolutely incredible. He just has so much knowledge. Just being able to tap into that and listen to that and hear him explain different scenarios, talk about sectors, things like that, was absolutely incredible. So definitely check that one out, guys.
And just to echo what you were saying, 100, I actually listened to Brady on PGIR, Penny's Going in Raw podcast, and that was, I'd say maybe like 2 or 3, maybe 4 months ago. I'm not exactly sure when, but he was talking about Fibonacci on there, and that was one of the things that kind of, got me interested in learning more about it, and then, continuing that conversation with Pilgrim. That's when I said, all right, I got to learn this thing.
Yeah.
And it's really made a huge difference for me. I know last time I was on here, I was really echoing that point. But and if anybody in the chat remembers from last time and they actually went through and learned Fib, let me know what you guys think. And if you guys have any questions about it, let me know.
Yeah, 100%. Mando Trading is very quick at answering, any questions you guys have. If you want to DM him, I'm sure he'd be happy to get back to you.
And 100 just to go off that, so I like answering questions, A, to help you out if I know the answer, but B, if I don't know the answer, I'm selfishly learning as well. I'm going to find somebody who can answer that question. So I think that's like the biggest thing. Like even like your favorite guru on Twitter, they're still trying to learn more and more. So
Absolutely.
For me, any way I can get more knowledge and kind of become more well-rounded. For me, that's all I want, So those questions are definitely welcome at any time.
100%. I absolutely love that. And me too, man. Like, we all have something to learn from somebody else. We're never going to be a complete master at this craft because there's so many different avenues you can take to really perfect your trading skills, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, any questions you guys have, if you're live tonight, feel free to post in the chat. We'd love to have some questions for Mr. Mando Trading, or myself as well. That is perfectly okay. Crappy connection. All right, I see you next time, Razor Money. Thank you for joining tonight. Appreciate that. Slap is present. Love to see you, Slap. Thank you for joining. Let's talk a little bit about some tickers that you have your eye on going into next week. What are you thinking as far as sectors and maybe some specific tickers that Mando Trading is you're keeping your eye on them?
Yeah, sure. So before I go into tickers exactly, I'll kind of go through like my whole, uh, you know, Sunday night game plan. So
Absolutely, let's
pretty
hear
much,
it.
I like to keep my eyes on the futures market. So, is that going to give you a 100% accurate reading on the day for tomorrow? Absolutely not. Like, for example, right now, Dow and S&P futures are green, not by too much, but they're green, and Nasdaq futures are down. So, um, you know, for one thing, when I was trading more small caps, if I saw green on the futures, that probably wasn't, uh, the next day wasn't going to be a great day for those small caps, just because money is flowing into, large caps, bigger companies, and things like that. So, I take a look at those, and then, I usually, by Friday, I have an idea of what I want to look into for the next week. So, over the last couple of weeks, I've been super bullish on oil. I think oil is going to take a big jump here. And one of my main reasonings behind that is, summer's coming around. I think more people are going to be driving around, going places. It looks like, knock on wood. I'm usually a pessimist, so things are going very well right now with the COVID situation, in my opinion. I haven't heard really too much about numbers rising. I know where I live right now, we don't have many cases. So to me, that's good news. People are going to want to get out. They're going to want to go do things. Oil, right?
Definitely.
It took a little bit of a hit. It's been consolidating a little bit towards the end of last week, based on the Iran deal that might be going through, which would mean pretty much that Iran would be able to export a little oil, like legally, but increase supply, price goes down. But
Right.
I just actually got sent an article like a couple minutes ago saying that the deal's probably not going to go through now. So
Okay.
the oil prices are rising. To me, I think oil really is a no-brainer. I'm heavily loaded on that right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a couple OTC tickers. I'm not really a huge OTC trader, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I think that the risk reward is good, because those things, if you catch one that's running like 1,000%, like, you're chilling big time. But now it's just a little bit more of like a sketchy market to me. Because OTC, they have different rules, as opposed to companies that are listed on the not the S&P, the New York Stock Exchange, right? Like, there are different rules, so again, it's kind of hard for me to really trust in those, and I think you can have more faith in a large cap company, one that's making a ton of money and everything is by the book, they're following rules and things like that. So
Right.
so that's why with my options trading, I've been leaning more towards the large caps, just
Yeah.
because yeah. So I'm super bullish on oil. I dropped my watch list before. I'll pull it up right now so I can go through a few of them
Sure.
with you
Yeah.
guys. NVDA, that's another one. If you're an
Nvidia's
options
great.
trader,
Oh yeah.
take a look. Yeah, they just announced 4-to-1 split. So pending stockholder approval,
Yeah.
I guess I'd say it's probably going to get approved. But think back when Apple and Tesla split, right? The value that you're getting is staying the same. If it splits from 2,000 to 500, you're getting the same bang for your buck, but it's much more appealing to maybe somebody who doesn't have a lot of money, where, oh wow, I can get 5 shares of Apple for
Right.
2,000 instead of one for 2,500. The psychology behind it, I think that's what kind of gets people into, kind of hooks them on that. So I think that's a great idea by them. I think it's going to go through, and I think that's another company to definitely take a look at. going forward. And then, you know, AMC. I don't know. What are your thoughts on AMC, GME, all the meme stocks?
Well, you know, GME is kind of. I always call it like a lottery. Like I've never played it, to be honest with you. I have played AMC before. I do
Me
like
too.
AMC. I think is like obviously they're a legitimate company. I think as COVID sort of lightens and movie theaters become more attractive to the general public, especially like in Canada, you know, movie theaters are going to be open up soon too, right? And so
Mm.
I do think that stock is going to be a stock that's over $20 soon. It's hard to say when exactly because I think it's very unfortunate that they're kind of pulled into that GME sort of meme bracket, right? Because you know they are a legitimate company and they're coming back now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? It you know it plays like a role that you know it's a heavily shorted stock, right?
Yeah.
And this is in terms of GME. GME did like a complete restructuring of their company. The CEO is the guy from Chewy. I think his name is Ryan Cohen. So that in itself is kind of like a catalyst for it. You know, pair that on top of extreme, you know, shorting of the stock that can lead it to fly. And I think that that's what people are aiming to do with AMC as well. And, you know, and the catalyst being, yeah, movie theaters are going to be opening up soon, right? Or hopefully, right?
Yeah.
In my town, at least, we don't have an AMC theater. We have a Regal theater, but it just opened up on Friday night. So,
Right.
you know, it's coming back around.
Yeah.
It's really talked about quite a bit. I mean, the volume, I don't have exact numbers here, but I mean, for it to be, you know, it's getting pumped quite hard. So, always one that I like to just keep an eye on. I don't have a position in it right now. I played the first run up. I got in very early, thankfully, and you know didn't take as much as I wanted, but I did come out ahead. So you know that's always what it's about, right? Take
Yeah.
the profits, be happy with it.
No, absolutely. Especially in this market, right? Like you know, news comes out of any kind, whether it's good or bad, and the stock goes down, right? So.
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. Like, yeah, I mean that's like a, you know, last year's market. Not to go too off subject here,
No,
but
no, no.
last year's market, like everything was ripping, and you know, a lot of new traders. I think, you know, people got a little spoiled.
Yeah.
You know, even if you chase something, you know, maybe something ran up like 50%. If you chased it and you bought it when it was up 50%, it ran another 30%. So you came out of it okay. But now it's like if you're not catching it, you know, before you know the big pump comes in, you know, you can get caught holding the bag, and you know that's everybody's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So one thing, you know, during this time where it's been so choppy, and I do expect a little more choppiness, you know, maybe in the next week or two. But I'm, you know, you just got to secure your profits and really avoid holding a bag. I mean, if you believe in something long term and you're fine with holding on to it, you know, by all means. But for me, it's like I've been kind of using, you know, crazy eights. Like if I go down 8% on something, I'm probably gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Just because I've been super quick on the trigger with everything,
Right.
taking profits. Even if I leave some on the table, as long as I make some money, I'm okay with it. You know,
Yes.
just trying to slow build rather than go for the home run in this kind of market. You know.
Exactly. This is a scalper market, right? Like
Yeah.
the scalpers are who are making the money right now. And what I hate to see the most is, you know, someone will take a call out on Twitter or wherever, and they'll take it as a day trade, but then it'll go the other way on them, and then they'll hold it as a bag until it comes back. And you know, I've seen that so many times, and I get so many questions about that. And listen, guys, you gotta, you know, you need to have, you need to trade your plan, right, and figure out where you want to have that stop loss, and just cut it. Listen, if it doesn't go your way, cut it early. In this market, if a stock dips, what's it going to do? It's, you know, it's going to dip again, right? So just cut those bags early. Go over the chart. Why did it fail? How it did? What can you learn from that for next time, right? From a technical point of view, from a news point of view, sector point of view, right? Really ask yourself those questions and bring that with you forward into your next trade. That way you have more confidence, there's confluence there for you to take that entry, and you're going to make money, guys. That's how you're going to bank in this market. It's all about playing safe, cutting bags early, and taking those profits when you see them, because they're not going to stay there for long.
Yeah, no. For my baseball fans out there, just pretend you're facing Jacob DeGrom right now. Just take your singles, man. Take your singles, and the home runs will come. But that's going to be it's going to take a little bit more time. And I'm super bullish on SPY going forward into June, towards the end of June. But in the meantime, just try to win a few. Try to get a little winning streak going.
Exactly.
The home run's not always there, and by forcing it, sometimes, you can be in the opposite end of that, and, you get caught holding a bag, you're just going to be mad for a while, and then you might go on Twitter and pump your bag, and everybody thinks you're a pumper, and then you go into a downward spiral. So,
right.
I've been super quick, and, for people that, maybe aren't able to day trade, I would say, just make, double check, triple check, follow whatever TA that you're doing. And, I would be super selective on what I'm actually going into, because remember, making money every day is awesome. But, if you just keep going for that home run and you're kind of losing more and more and more, when you do hit that home run, it's going to be with less funds. And, it's not going to be as big of a gain as it could have been if you didn't keep, trying to jump on these momentum plays that just, are catching you dead in your tracks.
Exactly. If you can't day trade, one thing that I learned from Brady and the VPA sessions, there's always a front side and a back side to a trade, right? Especially these trades that, they have news and they run up real high. You want to be checking those dailies, right? And for your daily resistance and support. See where the volume is at, and really that's going to help you plan out these trades. You don't want to be playing the backside of a trade. In this market, you're kind of playing reversals. That's where I found my success, is playing these reversal plays, on the daily. Sometimes just doing a day trade, if you can. I'll look for a runner that's been beaten down at the open, and I'll take a position in that for a reversal play. That's kind of what we're looking for swings and day trades right now. Like I said, it's just kind of a scalper's market, and this is what we're playing until we get into that seasonal change. As winter comes back eventually, I think small caps will get strong again. Hopefully they get strong for the summer. Right now it seems to be mid and large caps that seem to really be the stable stocks. What do you think about that, Mendo? What type of stocks are stable right now?
Believe it or not, I think small caps are actually on their way back. We saw a few over the last couple of weeks that are actually sustaining and running. So I do think that they're coming back. I'm also I think by the end of June, I think SPY will riff quite nicely. There's a really good chart out there by, I think her name is Delta Gamma Queen. She posted SPY. I can actually retweet it off my Twitter, but, we might test, to the bottom of the channel that we're in right now. And, if we can hold that, I think we could shoot for some new all-time highs on the SPY. But yeah, I know that you wanted to talk about this, but I think this crypto, the hammer dropping on crypto.
The big dip.
Where are those people putting the money that they're taking out of crypto right now?
Yeah, no, you're right.
I mean, it would only make sense, right? They're not going to be putting it in mattress or in their bank account where they're earning 0.06 interest on their money.
Exactly.
So, I do think that the volume is going to increase in the market as a whole as well as a result of that.
Yeah, that's a really great point. I wasn't thinking about that. That makes a lot of sense to me. This big.
Yeah.
What do you think about this big crypto dip right now? Do you think it's is it going to keep dipping? Are we going to find bottom soon? What are your thoughts on it?
I, you know, I'm pretty bearish on it at this exact moment.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, obviously, hindsight's 2020. It's easy to say it now, right?
Yeah.
I do think that Bitcoin could, maybe touch like 26.
Gotcha.
I have my computer opened on me right now, but I think we could touch 26. I think Ether can hit like, 1,200. I don't have the exact lines in front of me, but I do think that there's more downside. I think that people are kind of getting a little scared, and the thing that scares me the most about, Bitcoin, is just that there's some people that own like a really large portion of the coins in circulation. So if they were to dump all of that, like this thing could go into a serious crash and cause a lot more panic selling than there already is. So I don't know if maybe behind the scenes the whole thought of government regulation is kind of weighing on people's minds about this, because overall I think that it's impossible for cryptocurrency to ever really become the sole currency of whatever the U.S. or Canada, because if you think that the government's just going to let it happen without any sort of regulation, I think you're crazy.
Yeah. They're going to step in for sure.
Yeah, no, they have to, right?
Yeah, they have to.
Think about it. Like, yeah, I mean, even now, like, they were talking about how, when the pipeline got hacked a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people, I guess, who hacked, like, received like $9 million in Bitcoin because it's untraceable. Like, that's something that can't happen, right?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like them pretty much, and. I heard something. I don't know if this is fact or fiction. I mean, maybe someone in the chat would know better than me, but I was under the impression that even to this point now, that the government, if it were something, some sort of crime or something like that, that Bitcoin would actually be able, or the blockchain would actually be able to track who exactly was making that transaction, if and only if it was a serious crime or something like that. I mean, I know that's the whole point behind, Bitcoin and blockchain, is to not be able to track these types of things. But I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that, if it was in this type of situation, that they would actually be able to. So that's just like regulation 1 right there,
Yeah, first step.
So I don't know. I'm super bullish on blockchain. I think these pips in blockchain are great, because blockchain has, more uses than just, cryptocurrency. But, for Bitcoin, I feel like, I was talking to one of my buddies about it, and he was saying, it's pretty much digital gold, and that's fine with me,
Mm-hmm.
Do I ever think you're going to go to the gas station and everyone is going to be in an agreement that Bitcoin is the sole currency where you're going to be able to buy a bottle of water for X amount of Bitcoin? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. But I just think there's so many unknowns, and that's kind of what's freaking people out. And I think the whole idea of regulation is that could really drop the hammer on this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear you. Let's talk a little bit about next week again. I saw you had a kind of interesting tweet there about, if you had to pick one ticker going into next week, what would you pick? And I'm just curious, what's your answer on that one?
Oh, I'm XLE.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Super bullish on oil. There's actually another one. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up my notes on my computer.
Yeah. Get it up. Yeah.
BNGO was pretty interesting to me as well. BNGO, biogenomics or something like that. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah, no problem.
So let's see.
Is there still a gas shortage in the States too?
I actually haven't run into it.
Okay.
A couple back when I was in Miami, there were pumps with bags over them where people weren't able to get gas at specific stations. I mean, the gas here is getting unbelievable. Like, I'm seeing 330, 335. just a year ago we were around 220. Like, so yeah, I mean, it's definitely going up, and it's going up fast.
That's brutal.
But, yeah. So another ticker that I played last week, sold out of it, and I'm probably gonna look for another entry in is BNGO.
BNGO.
Just based off the chart, I think if it can get over the 20-day, this thing could fly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean $6 calls for the 18th of June, relatively cheap, and I think it could blow past that if it were able to break that 20 MA. So I'm going to look at that. That really, I go into it with a plan, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm also going to look. It looks like on SPY's chart that there's going to be some time for a little bit more consolidation. But like I said before, if it can hold the channel, I think we could see new all-time highs on it. So
Gotcha.
Wait for that bottom, maybe take a call for the end of June or something like that.
Gotcha. So I'm just charting it as you're speaking there. So that's up on the screen for you guys.
And I'm these are other positions that I've been seeing. A lot of people tweeted back on my tweet. There were a few OTC tickers. I don't know if we have any OTC people in the chat right now. But,
we definitely do.
So, cool. So a couple OTC tickers that were tweeted at me multiple times. If I get it once, I'm probably not going to be super inclined to look deeper into it. But if I get it a bunch of times, I'm definitely going to take a look at least.
Absolutely.
So one that I have a position in right now is GGII.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
That one I probably got tweeted like 10 times. I already had a position, and then another one that I actually don't know too much about it, but a lot of people tweeted at me, and I've been seeing a lot of things about potential partnerships. Is MJWL.
Okay.
That's the one I'd like to look into a little bit more, but for example, like if I really don't have time to look into this thing, the volume's going to tell me a lot. If this volume is going crazy, I'll look for an entry point on it, without even knowing too much about it. If I can make a quick buck on it, I'll be out. That was like my whole sentiment last year when things were absolutely ripping. I would just, if I knew what the company actually did, I was in it for too long. So try to be in it with it and try to make a quick buck.
Yeah, absolutely. That GGII, I've had a bunch of tweets about that one. I know Fearless Trader. I work closely with him in the Discord, stuff like that. He's very into that company, very bullish on them. The stock kind of came down a little bit in recent times for some reason. It seems OTC kind of had a small pullback recently. Did you notice that?
Apparently it's heavily shorted. For me, the whole pink status was a big deal, and I think they have a lot more things on the come up. I know there's some sort of conference coming up this week. It's a good idea. I like it, and again, if the volume's there, I'm going to play around with it.
Absolutely.
I have a couple people that I follow that drop a lot of really good DD on these OTC companies. That if I see a couple things that I like, I'll hop in.
Definitely.
If I lose, I lose. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going for that Grand Slam right now.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting singles all day long. If I could stretch it to a double, I'll take it.
That's it, man. That's a great example. I love that. We got a few comments here. One is about the Bitcoin situation we were talking about. Just a comment, not really a question. He says, it's Irish Breeze. If anyone thinks that government will let people get those kinds of gains without getting their hands on some, they are crazy. The feds will come out with their own version backed by the dollar, and then it's endgame. Yeah,
no, I mean, whoever said that is completely right. I mean, I think that's overall the really, really scary part about crypto is if they get their sticky hands on it, what's going to happen? I mean, there's a lot of money in this thing now. And I know it could have been, just BS, but they were saying like 80% tax on crypto and stuff like that.
There's no way.
I don't know if that was a scare tactic or what. I definitely read something on that. It was a ridiculous number.
That's crazy.
And listen, I'm not saying that I'm selling all of my crypto. I'm not. I mean, I actually bought more algo today, but it's a scary thing to be a part with. I think we'll get a bounce here. I mean, I don't know if we're going to just absolutely plummet to the ground, but I definitely think that we're going to see a little bit lower in the near future.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, crypto in the chat says they can't regulate unless you let them. That's the spirit. Fight the man, baby. Let's go.
Right.
Love it.
I think it's a great concept. I mean, if you guys, if you want to listen to something on the way to work or something like that, I actually listened to, what is it called? It's either microdosing or macrodosing. I don't know what the hell it is.
Right.
But it's a Barstool podcast.
Yeah.
And it's with PFT and Arian Foster, the old Texans running back. And they actually spoke to the guy Pomp on Bitcoin, because this is when the whole cryptocurrency craze was going crazy. This was maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Gotcha.
And I learned a lot from that. And he's like the biggest bull possible on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But definitely something cool to listen to, especially if you want to learn more about crypto.
Yeah.
Obviously he's coming from one place, but on the other hand, you had Arian Foster, who isn't completely sold on crypto, and he was raising some good points, and they were going back and forth on it. So that's another resource. I mean, you never really expect to be learning about crypto from Arian Foster, an NFL player, but still.
No, it's good to hear both sides, right? Like,
yeah, no, absolutely, man. And I will say, with all this talk of regulation and stuff like that, I mean, when I was down in Miami, I actually saw there were, restaurants and places where they would have the sign "Bitcoin accepted here" and stuff.
Wow.
So it's like crazy to think about.
That's nuts.
And then even Tesla now, like Tesla lost, more in Bitcoin than they made last quarter. I think you could fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's true. So
yeah.
The people in Musk camp can't be too happy about that.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so they sold half, and then I guess they're bag holding the second half. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure every time that they sell, they have to disclose that information.
Right.
So, yeah, no, dude, that's scary. I mean, think about it. That's a whale that we know of.
Yeah.
Now, how many whales are there out there? And whale meaning somebody that's holding a shit ton of Bitcoin that could just drop it on anybody at any time, and the price is just going to sink.
That's it, man. Yeah, that is the scary part, and that's what I kept hearing about Bitcoin when it first came out. It was like, I don't know if it's true or whatever. I don't typically play cryptocurrency that much, but somebody said like 6 or 7 people own most of Bitcoin or something, and I was like, man, that is terrifying. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if that's true, but that scared me out of it, and that's why I kind of kept the stocks.
Of course, there's another side to that where you think about it, and the guy Pomp was making a good point. It was like, like if people really understood like U.S. dollars, like it goes down in value, and like the whole concept behind Bitcoin is that the value increases over time, and that's why it's almost like a stock ticker. It moves up, it's not like a set number, and that being like. On the opposite end, it's like, okay, yeah, like people, there's a certain amount of people that own most of it, but, this is going to increase in value. It's not going to decrease like your dollar is. So, yeah, I mean, it's really, at this point, it's super tough. I mean, if there were no talks of, regulations and stuff, I'd be a lot more bullish on it than I am.
Yeah, honestly, we're looking kind of... we're kind of looking for that bottom curl, as you'd say in the stock market, right? Like on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency right now. What you said about 26,000, I could definitely see that as being kind of a psych level there, close to 25,000. I don't think it's going to get lower than that. And then we'll start to see a nice rebound on it. I think, to me, that's kind of how it looks.
Yeah, I mean that 26K. I mean that could be the difference in, maybe somebody's life. Maybe somebody buys it at 26, the thing rockets up back to where it was.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I might sit out on the sidelines until I get some serious confirmation there. I mean, I don't hold enough Bitcoin for it to really make any difference in my life. So
yeah, me too. Yeah.
But of course, when the craze was, oh my God, I think this was in November. It was like, Bitcoin is at 14,000. Holy crap! That's when I bought some. But
right.
I didn't buy a full coin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's funny. Cryptocurrency in Canada. Are there any Canadians in the chat? If you're Canadian, throw a 1 in there. But it's kind of funny because, and I was looking into this a little bit, but Crypto, you are so. I have a question for you then. What app do you use to play cryptocurrency? Because it seems like cryptocurrency isn't exactly legal or illegal in Canada, and so not a lot of companies want to kind of tackle selling it to us. So we have a hard time buying like Doge, SafeMoon, and all those other cryptocurrencies. I'd be curious to see what you use to trade it. I know Binance is a really good one, so I was looking into that. But
you guys don't have Coinbase?
No, we can't use Coinbase, unfortunately. Really? Yeah.
What about Robinhood?
Robinhood we don't get either.
Really?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a big gray area in Canadian law with cryptocurrency. So he says Newton and Binance. Yeah, so Binance is what I was looking at as well.
Oh, that's
pretty weird, right?
One of my buddies is super into SafeMoon.
Okay.
Dude, like, give me money. Like, let's get it. Because, like, I can't get it in New York. Like, so I was like, all right. Like, I threw him $200. I mean, I'm down, like, more than half of that right now.
Oh, fuck.
But, yeah, no. I mean, it's $200, but I have, like, 2 million SafeMoon coins,
Yeah.
So, if it goes to $1, I got 21 million.
Retire.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. I hope at that point I will be able to access it in New York, or else I'm gonna have to say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna send that those SafeMoon tokens back to you. If you could send me 21 mil back,
yeah,
that'd be awesome.
If you don't mind.
Yeah,
I'll send you a gift basket. Thanks, bro.
Yeah, I think Portnoy getting in on it. Hopefully that speeds up the process. With making it more accessible to everyone. But
yeah. Bro, he's hilarious. You like Portnoy?
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. Yeah,
he kills me, man.
Just like everybody else, do everything that he says. No, but
no, of course.
He's a genius, man. Think about it. I mean, he really, throughout the whole pandemic, not only did he do good things where he was, raising money for
businesses.
Private owned businesses. And
yeah,
stuff
that was
like
really great. Think
about how this guy, he's 2 steps ahead, man. Everybody was getting into the market. He starts this DDTG, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's watching for streams and market open, and then he's getting people to send boxes to his house, and he's opening them on live stream, and he's getting millions of people watching that.
Oh yeah.
He really is good at what he does.
He's a hustler, man.
Yeah, no, for real. And I remember back in when I was in high school, people talking about Barstool and stuff, and I started to, listen to the rundowns that they have, and then as time went on, they got bigger, and there was more things for me to consume content and podcasts and stuff. So yeah, no, I've been a fan for a long time, man.
Yeah.
I'd love to get him on Stock Talk.
Oh, brother, that'd be wicked, dude. I'll shoot him a DM, see what he responds.
0% chance. Dude.
Yeah. I remember I first started watching him kind of because the Call Her Daddy stuff, all that drama that happened with those two.
Yeah.
And then I started watching his pizza reviews, bro.
Yeah, no, he's great, man.
It kills me, dude.
Yeah, like I said, man, he's in a perfect position, and another thing to his credit that relates to the market and things that we were talking about before. It's like he, when Penn bought Barstool,
Yeah.
they no longer really have to pay for advertisements.
No,
where
yeah.
DraftKings does. Like, DraftKings pays millions of dollars in advertisements.
Oh, yeah.
Where Barstool, where Penn doesn't have to do that because they have Barstool pretty much, doing that all that work for them. So, I'm bullish on Penn long term as well.
Yeah, 100%. Pocket says, Homie says one bite and then breaks his own freaking rules.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's the whole. He's actually done some pizza reviews pretty close to where I live too. So it's pretty cool to see, that he leaves the city to do them as well.
Gotcha. That's funny. Just to answer your question, Rocks out. We also don't get Weeble in Canada either.
Really?
Yeah, we can pay to like watch level 2 and like chart and stuff, but we can't trade on Weeble in Canada.
That's so weird.
Crazy, right?
Weeble's if I'm not mistaken, it's a Chinese company as well, so I'm pretty shocked about that.
Yeah. No, we don't have much here, man. Like I'd use IBKR or TOS. We can use IBKR though they're worldwide, and I like them. I don't mind them.
Do you this might sound pretty dumb, but are there any sorts of Canadian markets that you could play, or is it Forex or
No, I mean we typically we play the American stock market.
Right.
There's not really much here. Not too many plays that I've bought into anyway. Like I know SNDL is Canadian and stuff like that, but
right. No, because I was talking. We had El Professor on Stock Talk a couple weeks back,
right?
And I was having technical difficulties, so I wasn't able to talk to him as much as I'd like. But my buddy was asking him, do you play like European markets and things like that? And he's pretty much saying that they're pretty boring. They're not bouncing as much as the U.S. markets are after COVID and stuff like that. So I was just curious if in Canada you guys also play other things.
Right. No, yeah, we. Well, I can't speak for everybody, but me personally, and guys that I know, no, we're not really playing Canadian stocks as much as American stocks.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about the Chinese stock market, but I haven't looked into it at all. So
I just trust it too much.
Yeah. I'm learning the American stock market. There's lots of. It seems like most of the education available applies to the American stock market, so I feel safe there, and I like it so far. So obviously,
yeah. To quote PGIR, the market is rigged to the long side.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, and it's right. If you look throughout history, I mean, we're always at the end of the day, we're finishing higher than we were.
Yeah.
X amount of years ago. So
exactly.
And I mean, I really don't think that. With all the, potential corruption and things of that nature going on, hopefully I don't get whacked for saying that, but, there's a lot of ties with politics and, companies and things like that. I really don't see how, the market would sink, too crazy. I mean, could a crash happen, of course, but, for something that's not that big of a thing, I don't think it'll happen.
No, I agree with you. I think, things are looking to the bullish side coming up pretty soon. Like you said, maybe a couple weeks, and we'll start to see some confidence come back. I'll put it that way.
Check. I actually just retweeted Delta Gamma Queen's her SPY charting. I mean, she does a great job charting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so take a look at that. See
for sure.
And,
if
anybody in the chat got any plays that you're really looking forward to for this week coming up?
Yeah. Everyone in the chat.
Fun to hear from everybody.
For sure. We've got 27 live viewers right now. If you guys are looking into a play for next week, any specific ticker, you can drop it in. A sector you want to ask about, let me know, and we'll talk to Mando about it right now. We got a couple questions. Crypto says the dollar's worth more. Yeah, so for us Canadians, the American dollar is a little bonus for us.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly, right. Rocks out.
I see that on the books when I was in elementary school. I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Why is the price different for Canada and U.S.? What the hell is that?
Right.
Yeah.
rocks out. Tomorrow I'll be streaming at 12 o'clock to 4. We're going to be doing a live day trading stream, so you can hop in for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we've got a couple tickers. Irish Breeze says RETC. I believe that's an OTC stock, right?
REPC or
R-
RETC?
TC, yeah.
RETC, yes, that's one that I got a lot of actually as well.
Nice.
Something to do with George Sharp. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. I know that they're like loosely tied. Is it GLSI? I want to say, or not GLSI. Shit, I'm blanking on the ticker. It's one with the G. I know that, but they were tied together. They, the money would be bouncing back and forth essentially.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's one that I've been seeing a lot of. RETC.
The GSVI? No.
GSVI.
Is that it? That might be.
No,
it.
wait. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Hold
All
on.
right.
Yeah, no, I have it somewhere on here. Let me see.
Okay.
Didn't. Yeah, GVSI. Yep.
GVSI. Gotcha.
GVSI and RETC. They bouncing back and forth a little bit.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Some sort of hearing, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm sure you would know better, but
Says GS court date Monday.
yes.
Okay. Right.
And I guess people are going to be playing one off of the other because of that. Yeah, I did hear something about that. I mean, I was, tweets like that. I love, just putting out like, hey, what are you guys playing? I mean,
Yeah.
not that I have a million followers, but it's cool to just see, if people have, just to learn from other people. And, if I'm seeing one that comes up quite a bit, I'm going to look into it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. If I'm day trading in the morning or whatever, and I don't see anything too hot, I'll put a tweet out and say, hey, you guys see anything that I'm not seeing? And sometimes I'll find some crazy plays just off of some people who are maybe a little bit better at watching the market than I am, right? So I love it.
No, well, yeah. I mean, and one of my best friends, his dad actually, he's been full time in trading for like 30 years at this point. And one of his like biggest tips for me was just like, not that I do it full time, but he was saying like, hey, you can't just do it by yourself. Like, find a group.
Yeah.
Well, he's on. He's an older guy. He uses Facebook groups. Like,
Yeah,
find
yeah.
a group where you can talk to other people throughout the day, or it gets really lonely. It sucks. You get mentally drained from it. So that was one of the tips, and I'm glad I found a lot of good people on here.
100%.
Outside.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of tickers here now. I don't know if you want to do like a speed round or something. But
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, read them off, and if I know them, I'll say what I know. If not, if one comes up a few times, I've definitely got to take a look at it tonight.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got one that I like. I bought the bottom on Friday. CCIV.
Oh yeah, big week coming up.
I think so too.
There's some sort of shit.
What was the news on it?
There's something that's coming out, I believe, on Wednesday.
Yes.
Some sort of like report, I guess. I don't know if people are like test driving this thing or they're talking about what exactly is within the car. I don't know if we're going to see like the interface on the 6 screens throughout the car or what's coming out, but something's coming out. Could be a catalyst. I mean, I think that's a good bet.
100%. And remember, guys, CCIV, if you're playing into that swing and you're in right now, remember, take some off when the news hits, right? Because in this market, we see these stocks drop with any news, right? So just be careful in that play.
Yeah, and if it hits 60, don't buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's good bet for anybody that did that, man. That's
brutal, dude. Okay, so we got a few more tickers to rip through. Boeing.
Yeah, I actually have an older follower who's super bullish on Boeing. Keep telling me to add it to my Roth, so I'm gonna have to look into that one even more. I don't know exactly what's coming up with it, but hopefully COVID's taking a back seat here, and we can start traveling a lot more and things like that.
Exactly. TAWNF. I think that's another OTC. I haven't heard of that one.
I've seen that one as well. I think Alex DeLarge is he was tweeting about that one a little bit, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Don't know much about it.
Me either.
I really do want to get a little more into the OTC game and just kind of sometimes you find a diamond in the rough, man. You know.
Right. It says Taiwan Air. That's what it is, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So BTX has SSR tomorrow. What is SSR? What does that mean?
SSR. It's a short sale rule. So,
Oh, gotcha.
I believe the exact rule would be like if something was down 10%, the day prior. I think SSR takes into effect, and I guess new short positions can't be taken. That's the way I've understood it.
Okay.
Could I be wrong? Totally. But
Gotcha. We got a few more here. I'll read a few more, guys, and then we'll. I guess there's only a few more anyway.
no, SSR is foolproof because I remember I used to play NHKD quite a bit.
Yes.
And I would always be seeing, the guy who uses the Rush picture as his avatar. I think his name is. He's always like, "Oh, SSR is in effect," and that thing didn't move for shit. So I don't know if that's foolproof, like automatic,
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's from my experience, I don't know.
GS for court date Monday.
Goldman. Right?
Goldman Sachs. Yeah, that's right.
Another guy that I'm pretty close with on here. OPT_flow trading. He's bullish on GS. He actually posted it on his watch list for the week. So
awesome. CVNA.
I don't know much
I don't know
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SQ, that's Squarespace, isn't it?
Square, yeah. Square. I don't know if there's any earnings or anything like that coming up.
Okay.
I don't know. They just had earnings, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah, one company that has a partnership with SQ that I'm pretty bullish on is PSFE, Paysafe.
Okay.
SPACs and post-merge SPACs were getting crushed recently. I liked Paysafe since it was BFT. I recently had to cut some of it just because I felt like I could make money elsewhere. I didn't want to have too much money tied up in it.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, they have partnerships with SQ, Snow. They do a lot of iGaming transactions. I'm pretty sure they have like some sort of partnership with Fortnite, stuff like that. So that's another one. Just recently merged SPAC. Pretty beaten down. I think it's got a little more downside, but long-term play. If you're into it, definitely take a look.
Okay. We got. You want to do one more?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do BCEI. Have you heard anything about them? So Pocket says, I'm watching BCEI, rounding bottom, broke resistance, looking to play the role reversal level. Is there news on that, Pocket? If you could hit us with some news. I haven't heard that one myself.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard that either, but hard play.
Yeah.
Where your mind's at.
Yeah, if you're reading technicals and maybe they have a earnings or something coming up, then sure, yeah. Then you can sell.
I actually think we're gonna have a pretty good day tomorrow. I'm gonna just check in really quickly back on the if anything funky happened with the futures here. So as of 11:05, all three major indices are green. Let's see. Oil green for futures as well. Yeah, I think
a nice bullish day, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm. Like I said in the past, I mean this could change. As the market changes as well. But usually when I see those three green, I would stay away from the small caps. But you never know.
Right.
You never know now. I think
I know.
We're in a different world.
100%. We'll do one more ticker because I think you probably heard about this one. OBLN.
OBLN. I've seen it before. I've never done too much looking. Small cap.
Yeah.
I pulled it up.
So it just ran on Friday, looks like.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Did it run on any news? If they can add to that.
Let me see.
Oh, Reshape Life Sciences deal.
Yes.
Huh. I gotta look, and I don't want to look at a Seeking Alpha article. I want to look at something now. That's another thing. Just be careful with your, always understand that if you get an article from, kind of like a blog, like there's going to be some sort of bias in there. Well, anything you read, actually, I should say, there's going to be some sort of bias, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just got to really be careful nowadays. I mean, we were really lucky with 2020 in the market, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I'm still playing it super safe. I don't want to. I'm not trying to blow up any accounts here.
Exactly. All right. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Unless there's anything else you want to chat about before we kind of wrap things up.
What are you looking at for tomorrow, Hunter?
What am I looking at?
That's
I'm watching CCIV pretty closely. I'd like to see Tech kind of light up a little bit. I know a lot of guys are in the same boat. That's kind of what I'm watching. Other than that, I'll be doing my my regular trading strategy, which I have up for free for you guys. You can check that out in the Discord. Usually what I do is I'll get up at 5:30 in the morning. I'll check the pre-market movers, look at the top 4 specifically, and then if I don't like the news on them, I'll keep going down the list until I find 4 or 5 that I like. I'll see how they run up. If anything hits to 80% before 7 o'clock, I'll usually take a position for the chance it'll run to 100%. And then if nothing does, I'll look for the top few top gainers of the morning to kind of get a big sell-off at the open. And I'll look for kind of a bottom curl on them to play it on the long side. That's kind of my game plan. My only swing right now is the CCIV, and I've been looking at the XLE for calls with Mr. Mando Trading. That's very attractive to me right now. I also agree with the oil plays.
Yeah. Do you? I'm sorry. Are you in commons for CCIV, or are you playing options?
I'm playing options right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
I think CCIV is going to have a good week. I was just in a space, and a bunch of other people were talking about it, and they liked it as well. But yeah, I mean that's a great strategy. Like for me, going back like a year ago, that's literally what I was doing. Waking up early and just trying to scope out where the money's going to for that day.
Yeah, man. That's how
now.
I mean. Yeah, go ahead.
I wish I could have brought a little more info for you guys on other plays that I'm in, but I'm still, I have positions in a few. I try not to have too many positions opened at once.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to shoot all my bullets, so I like to have some cash on the sidelines.
Exactly.
So, just play it that way. But yeah, no, I like that strategy a lot, man. Find what sector the money's pumping into. I'm sure, for those who listen to Brady, I'm sure he said something very similar to that.
Yeah. Yeah, so for me personally, like I don't like to have more than one, like max 2 swings going right now. And usually I'll be in for the day trade. And I've been getting a lot more into options. I've been trying so back in January when I started, right? I was trading obviously small caps with Zach Morris and all those guys, and I had that's where I kind of had the foundation of the strategy I just kind of described briefly there. I can go into that in more detail in another stream.
When we have you on, talk more. Yeah,
absolutely, man. I'll tell you all about it for sure. It worked really well for me back in January, February. That's how I made 4,000% on $100. So
wow.
that was crazy for me. Yeah. So what my strategy is now is I use the same strategy for small caps and kind of equity plays. But if I don't see anything, I will use that same strategy. But I have sort of a different version of it now, and I apply it to mid and large caps trading options contracts. So that's kind of my strategy, and I try not to swing right now. I'll play a run up, and then I'll sell into the news before it kind of drops, sort of thing. But,
yeah, no, absolutely. And what percentage are you cutting if it goes the wrong way on?
For options or equity?
Just in general. I mean, what are you looking at? Are you for me, I've been playing 8%. Like if I go down 8%, I'm out. Or unless I see maybe it'll bounce off the lower fib line or something like that. But so how do you approach that? So
usually what I'll do is I try not to lose more than 5 to 10%, but I will. I'm a big technical analysis trader. I draw all over my charts. They look messy as hell, but yeah, that's just how I play, right? So what I'll typically do is I will set my stop loss for underneath what I think is the strongest support line, and I'll set it for just underneath that, because I know some wicks will come down and they'll stop you out, and then they'll come back up, and then the play will run without you. So I've seen that enough times that I know kind of where to put my stops so I can avoid any wicks like that, and where I'm not interested in the stock anymore if it hits that level, because I know when it can kind of snap. And I learned that from AJ Trader. I used to well, I still am in his paid chat room. So I learned how to play the open in his paid chat room, and kind of how to find those levels of where a stock can break out at, where it can snap at, and kind of how far it can go to. And I kind of combine that with what I learned from Rocket Catching Bob and my technical analysis, and that's sort of how I've been setting my stops on equity plays anyway. For options, I try not to lose more than 5 to 10%.
Yeah. No, all three of those guys you mentioned, they were awesome interviews on PGIR as well.
Yeah, I freaking love those guys. I owe a lot to Rocket, man. I tended to stream all the time, and before he was as big as he was now, like back when, he didn't even have any moderators on his Twitch stream, right? And I was in there learning from him, and he kind of taught me the basis of everything I know. And now with Brady, he's kind of opened my eyes to that volume price analysis stuff. I never really I kind of knew how to read candles just off of how I think that people think, sort of thing, but I didn't realize there's an actual almost like a formula for it, and that's kind of what Brady uses with that volume price analysis book that he's mentioned a lot, and I want to look more into VPA sort of plays. 'Cause I think if I combine that with my technical analysis, that could be something pretty powerful there.
Sure, man. It's always getting better.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, anyway, I was kind of long-winded on that, but well,
I'm interested, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything. To hear other perspectives and how other people go about it.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I'd love to come on to your stock talks, and we'll dive into it a little deeper. But that's kind of a taster for you, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else, Mando, you want to discuss or chat about, or you want to start wrap things up?
No, yeah. I mean, like I said, as I always say, if you have any questions, feel free. Always reach out. My DMs are always open. Like I said before, if you have a question and I can't answer it, I would love to reach out to somebody who, could answer that, just so, I'm also learning in the process. So, I'm always open to it, man.
100%. I absolutely love that. So just remember, guys, Mando's DMs are always open for any questions you have about tickers and market strategies, things like that. All right. Other than that, I have kind of a couple announcements for Twitch. So for next week, guys, I'm going to be doing the live day trading streams. Typically, I'll start at 12 o'clock after Rocket Catching Bob wraps up his stream. I'll hop on, and we just kind of hang out. I usually have a coffee going, and we'll chat and trade some tickers, guys. It's pretty fun. I got some music playing while we do it. I have a blast in those streams. So you make sure you want to make sure to tune in for those if you want to make some money, right?
I'm gonna be joking on one of those too.
Yeah, 100%, man. They're a lot of fun. We joke around a lot. It's a good time. And then so next weekend, guys, I have a couple interviews that I already have lined up. I don't know if this is a good place to even announce it yet, but this is the first time I'm announcing it anywhere. So we have Scalper Ryan from Twitch coming on stream Saturday. All right. We don't have an exact time planned out yet, but I think it's going to be a bit earlier. It's going to be at like around 11 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. All right. So Scalper Ryan, I think he's in the Momo team in Atlas Trading. And then on Sunday, this one it got me so freaking excited, dude. I was so pumped when I got this DM back. But Sunday, we have Hugh Henn coming on stream.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you so much. We have Hugh Henn coming on live. Hell yeah, dude. Go ahead.
Right, it's Hugh Henny, right?
I think it's Hugh Henny. Yeah.
Yeah, and imagine he behind me, he's like, oh, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, he just hangs up.
Dude, that's all. Congrats, man. That's a big time guy.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you know, I've tweeted at him before, and he's retweeted me a couple times. He actually helped grow my Twitter account a little bit because he retweeted me.
Yeah, no, EJ Matlock retweeted you, right?
Yeah, you retweeted some of my charting, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Maybe we'll have him on too. I don't know, but it's crazy, dude. He got back to me today. Yeah, it's definitely Henny. I definitely was messing that one up. We'll blame it on the Canadian accent, all right, Mad Max?
There you go, right? And congrats.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I'm actually pumped. Like he's a really smart guy. So we're gonna have to put together some questions for him for sure. If you guys have any questions for Hugh Henny, hit me up in my DMs. My DMs are also always open. If you guys have any questions for myself, Mando, anybody like that, and for Hugh Henny, Scalper Ryan, you know, hopefully we get Brady on again soon at some point. But yeah, I'm very excited for the future of this stream. It's going to be exciting. And we're going to have Mando back, of course, as well. Me and Mando get along great. We're good buddies now, so yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Mando.
Sure.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me live on Twitch today. That was Mando Trading. Thanks so much for joining us today, Mando. If you have any last words before you hop off, you have the floor.
Yeah, let's have a great week, everybody. All right? I'll talk to you all soon.
Awesome. Love it. Mad Max says, this is the way.
Yeah, this is the way. Love it.
Let's
by
go.
the way, if AMC, I think I said if AMC hits or squeezes, I'm going to get that tatted on my neck. So
No.
Yeah, no. Hey, if my call is still in play.
Bro, that's hilarious. You know what?
This is the way.
This is the way, baby. For quick story, for OTNX, that's the ticker, right? We know that one? I think that's the right one, OTNX. Or is it ONTX?
I've seen it before, yep.
Yeah, so back in the day, like I used to do all my trading off of Instagram when I started out. And so, I used to, we were talking about ONTX. And this is back when it started to drop, and I was like, there's no way ONTX drops below 80 cents. So I put out a post, and I was like, if ONTX drops below 80 cents, I will put mayonnaise in my hair, and I'll post it. And so what freaking happened 3 minutes after I posted that? It went to 75 cents, and I got all kinds of DMs and people coming at me. It's like, God dang it. So I had to go and I put mayonnaise in my hair, and I tweeted it out as well, so you guys can dig back through my account and find that.
That's great. I love it.
Right? All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today. This was 100 a Million and Mando Trading. All right, guys. You can catch him on Stock Talks every other Sunday coming up?
Yeah, we go every other Sunday. I usually post about it during the week. If you guys follow me, it's at Mando Trading. I mean, we haven't had one in 2 weeks, but we'll be back at it soon.
Gotcha. There's Mando's Twitter on screen now, guys. You guys can see it. Go give him a follow, please. We love Mando here on stream. We love to get his opinion on market and things like that. All right, so once again, thank you so much for coming on today, Mando. It was great to talk to you again and catch up a little bit. We have a lot of fun here, so I really appreciate you.
All right, bro. Anytime, man. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, sounds good, bro. Later.
All right, peace.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. How was that? Having Mando back. That was a lot of fun, right? Queen of Tesla, welcome to stream. How you doing? You follow Mando? Awesome. Love to see it. All right. We love having Mando on stream. You guys ready to do some live day trading with me tomorrow or what? We're going to make some money. Okay? We're going to be watching that CCIV. All right? And watch for any callouts. I have another stocks like that. Mando is out. Okay? All right, guys. I don't have much else to tell you for tonight, other than those few announcements I had with Scalper Ryan, Hugh Henney. All right, so we will see you tomorrow for the live day trading stream. All right. Awesome, guys. Love to see it. I'm glad we had fun today. We learned a lot. It's going to be bullish. We're going to make some money next week. Let's go. Woo! All right, guys. Mad Max, yes, let's go. Awesome. Appreciate every single one of you guys. And remember, I stream every single day. So if you guys want to come and say hello to me, I'm always here streaming for you guys. Hop in the chat, say hello. Appreciate every single one of you. You need to check out mini trades. I will check out mini trades right after this rocks out. Appreciate that. All right, I stream every single day. I'll see you tomorrow at lunchtime. All right, let's start my live day trading stream. You're gonna have to hop in there. We'll see if we can get you green or greener. Okay, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on the stream today. It's been a lot of fun, but I must go. Reminds me of Zach? Awesome. Must be a good trader. Thanks again, guys, for joining me on stream. I'm going to hop in the chat with you. We'll chill out for a song or two. I love you. 100 out.
slow